Photographs, pictures. You are permitted to take pictures, and this is the first time that we've had the spelling bee set up this way. Usually the speller's facing that way, so you sort of can get a better picture. Your only picture is probably going to be off of the screen because of the way we have to set things up. Everybody has to be facing this way. Okay? So, however, on pictures, this is the rule. You may take as many pictures of your child as you want, no one else. But if you got to figure out a way because you can't come past where you're sitting now. Okay? And if that process disturbs your child and makes them spell out, then you're probably going to have an earful on the way home. Okay? Because if that happens, there is no mulligan, do-over, mom, dad, why'd you do that? Okay? They spell the word wrong, it'll be over for them. Okay? Cell phones, if you'll put those on vibrate, appreciate it. Because this is the first time we've been through this process as well with the masks, and the ability and the need for quiet is a must. Okay? And I know we got some fidgety people, and we'll take some deep breaths and that type of stuff before we get started. There'll be a practice round, so you can take a deep breath. If you spell it wrong in the practice round, you're not out. You just need to know that that's how the process is. Okay? On the rounds, when we're going through rounds, please don't leave when your child spells out. We take breaks between rounds, and that way if you wish to leave, you can leave. Chairs popping up, parents talking to their child, vice versa, does not disrupt the speller. Okay? So we just ask that you please be patient and wait till the round's over. I don't see the rounds taking very long, and because of the number of students that we have, we usually are around 30. Today we have 10. And I do appreciate very much you guys bringing your children here and having this spelling bee tonight. Okay? And let's see, what's the last one? Oh, I went over I think you were all here. Don't need to go back over about I'm not going to be the police. You're adults. You'll do what's best for you and your children, and I have faith in that from all of you. Okay? At this point, I'm going to turn the mic over to our pronouncer, who is Cliff Engel. He's been doing this for quite some time and has done a great job. He is here to help you, and he does that wonderfully. So, if you have any questions for him, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, Mr. Engel? Oh, protests. He'll touch on that. But the protest, if you have one, I'll be over here. I'll be the person you come to, but you wait until the end of the round, and you must be a parent or the teacher, and I don't see any teachers here, so you must be the parent if you're going to wage a protest against a child being spelled out. Okay? So go ahead.
All right, good evening. All right, good evening. Much better, good. Just want to make sure you're alive out there. All right, so a couple of ground rules for the spelling bee. Number one, have fun. All right, I don't know what your individual schools did to get you here, but you must have done something right. So be proud of that accomplishment for getting here. Yeah, there's only 10 of you, but that doesn't mean that the words are any harder. In fact, it may mean that it lasts longer because we'll go through more rounds with fewer of you. Who knows? We'll see. Now, a couple things. This microphone goes up, down, left, right. Okay. The most important thing, though, is that the judges and I can see you spell. So it looks like you're all a fairly decent height, so we should be okay with this. But one year, we had a third grader who was about this tall. So it's going to be really important to make sure that you move this microphone in such a way that we're able to see you spell. Now, I know what you're thinking. How are you supposed to see me spell if I've got a mask on? You take your mask off to come spell. Just pull it down over your chin. Okay, spell. Make sure we can see your mouths. That's important. And then when you're done, put it back up, go back to your seat. Pretty straightforward. Anybody watch the inauguration? If you were paying really close attention, you noticed that after every speaker, the staffer snuck in and sanitized everything in between speakers. Okay. We'll do that for you too, so don't worry about feeling like you can't touch anything. We'll disinfect when you're done. You are allowed to write. Now, you still have to spell it out loud. You can't just write it and show us, okay? You have to, but you can write what you're thinking. There's an eraser up here. Okay, you can do whatever you need to do. But when you start spelling, it's important to do a couple of things. First off, I'm going to say the word. If there's any possible confusion about the word, like there's a homonym, or it sounds like a similar word, or anything else like that, I'm going to let you know that right up front. Okay, because here's what we don't want to have happen. I don't want you to go and hear the word, your word is to, and you go, to, T-W-O. And unfortunately, the word that I have in the book is T-O-O. So before I even get to the word, if there's going to be any homophones or similar words or confusing situations, I will let you know that ahead of time. And then I'll give you the word, I'll give you the part of speech, I'll give you the definition. Now, there are lots of other things that you can ask as well to help make sure that you understand the word. You're allowed to ask for the language of origin. You're allowed to ask for me to put it in a sentence. Okay. You're allowed to ask if there are any alternate pronunciations. Sometimes those can be really helpful. You can ask me to repeat the word. I'll say the word probably at least 3 times before you get started. Now, a couple of things that you can do to help yourselves out. Say the word out loud before you start spelling. That way the judges and I know that you know how to pronounce the word. Because if I say the word and then you say it differently and you start going, we're going to try and stop you because we don't want you spelling something that's not the correct word. Okay? So let us help you when we can. Okay? So say the word. Make sure you clearly know what the word is that you're going to spell. Write it down if you need to. And when you're ready, take a breath and start spelling. Make sure you're talking into the microphone so that we can hear you. At the state spelling bee last year, I had a student who their word ended with an A, and she went like this, as you're spelling the last part of the word, G-A. And then the judges had to have a 15-minute discussion about whether or not that last letter was an A or an E, because it disappeared out of the microphone. Okay? We don't want that. The other thing that you can do to help us out is when you're finished spelling the word, say the word one last time. It's also helpful if you say it with a period at the end instead of a question mark. You know, because if you spell cat, C-A-T, cat, I'm not quite sure, if you're really done or not. Okay, but if you say C-A-T, cat, well, then we know you're done. Because you ended it with a period instead of a question mark. All right, other things. People want to know, well, can I stop and start over? Absolutely. You're allowed to start and stop over. Wait, switch that. Reverse it. You're allowed to start and stop over. Oh, I did it again. See, everybody makes mistakes. But if you make a mistake, you can't go back and fix it. So if you start off cat, K-A, cat, C-A-T, you're going to hear this sound. You're going to hear one of those sounds anyway. And you will have spelled out. Okay? You're dying to ask. Go ahead.
Can you ask use it in a sentence?
So the question is, can the speller ask, may I use the word in a sentence? Absolutely. I have a sentence for every word in the book. I don't even have to make them up. They already wrote them for me, so we're good. But yes, I can put it in a sentence, give you the definition, the language of origin, part of speech, and any alternate pronunciations. About the only thing I can't do is spell it for you. That's your job. Okay. But like I was saying, if you stop and start over, all of the letters that you've said previously, you have to say again in the same order in order to continue on. Any questions at that point? We all good so far? Some of you look like you're pretty expert at this. Okay. When we get closer till the end, which may or may not be soon, we'll talk about what happens at the end of the B when there's only a few of you left in the round. But we'll get to that point when we get there. All right. When you spell out, Mr. Fowler, you're going to have them head to you directly?
Yeah, you'll come over
Okay.
this way. Lisa is in the back of your name, she'll give your name. Unfortunately, we used to handshake, high five, double bump, whatever you wanted. Oh, we can't do that here, so you'll just grab a trophy, or if you're too small, I'll hand it out to you, and go sit. Okay?
Okay. Any questions from the spellers? Go ahead.
So if you spell out and you grab your trophy, goes to the number you want to leave,
So the question is, after you spell out and you get your trophy and sit with your folks, are you allowed to leave? And the answer is yes, but not right away. So we don't want anybody moving until the end of the round. That way it's not disturbing to anybody else. Also, and since you brought it up anyway, when we get to the end of the spelling bee, or if everybody in a round spells out, you're all back in. So don't leave too soon. Okay, you might be back. All right. Any questions from the audience? Okay. Biggest thing is they're going to be facing this direction, so they're not going to have to look at you. I know, as I've had my own students who went through this process, it is so incredibly impossible not to mouth the letters while you sit in the audience. Okay? Just don't verbalize anything. Okay, we'd hate to have to disqualify somebody for something silly like that. All right? Judge, anything I missed? Mr. File, anything?
Worked hard to get here, so enjoy.
All right, there will be a practice round. We'll go through the practice round, make sure that everybody's comfortable and knows what to do. If you get up here and forget to take your mask down before I get started, I'll do something like this. I'm all right, I'm not pulling on my chin. I'm telling you to take your mask down so we can see you spell, okay? Oh, go ahead.
Touch with them how they're going to come up from their seat now.
Sure. So if you've ever been here before, you've noticed that we've had a line up over here on the side. And since we're not doing lines these days, you're just going to come directly from your chair to the podium. Okay, so that we don't run into each other. When somebody spells correctly and they go back to their chair, let them get all the way back to their chair before you head up. Okay, that way we don't have any traffic jams and nobody runs over anybody. Fair enough? Okay. All right. Well, let's get this thing started then.
And wait for,
Yeah, wait for everything to get wiped down first before you head up here.
and Mr. Borland will then give you the nod to.
There you go. See, we haven't done it this way before, so we're all kind of new at it.
Yeah, this is the first time we've done a complete setup for 24 years.
I could, except I'm going to forget their names without a list. Can't tell a player without a program. Okay, what we got? Oh, I have two dots. See, this is why they always confuse me. They give me a bunch of D words. All right, so our judges tonight, we have Donna File. No, we don't. Donna's over here, on my left. You're right. And then we have Deanna Hawes. That one I know. And then Deanna Fellows. And
You forgot me.
he forgot you. Go ahead.
20 years. Jeannie Borland.
Jeannie Borland. All right.
That's terrible. I'm never going to live that.
You are not. You are not.
Just to let you know, we have Ms. Haas. This is their 27th spelling, well, 25th spelling bee. It's been at 27 years. Oh, I'm going to be so in trouble. Ms. Borland, she's been doing it for 20 years. And Ms. Fellows, she worked for me for many years. And this is what we're eating. So you're in good hands as far as judges. And Mr. Angelo will be, told you I was walking around here, he's actually also the state spelling bee pronouncing. So, because our state bee is you're really good hands.
All right. Well, with that, I'll let them wipe down everything so you don't get my germs. I'll get seated and we'll get started. All right, for this practice round, what we'd like you to do is when you come up, go ahead and introduce yourselves, tell us what school you're from and what grade you're in, and then we'll get started with with your practice word. All right, number one.
My name is Valentine Balderrama. I am from Valentine Elementary School, and I am in 6th grade.
Valen, welcome. Your practice round word has a near homonym. So listen carefully. Your word is wand. Wand. It's a noun. A wand is a slender rod, often carried by fairies or other beings associated with magic or the supernatural. Wand.
Wand. W-A-N-D. Wand.
Is this mic on up here? Is your mic on? Is your microphone on?
My name's Gabe Standish. I'm from Mojave Accelerated Learning Center, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, Gabe. Gabe, your practice round word is yammer. Yammer.
Definition:
Yammer is a verb. It means to talk persistently or volubly and often loudly. Yammer.
Yammer. Y-A-M-M-E-R. Yammer.
You turn it off first.
My name is Imelda Kanu. I'm from Young Scholars Academy. I'm in 5th grade.
Hi, Imelda. Imelda, your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is bask. Bask. It is a verb. It means to lie in or expose oneself to a pleasant warmth or atmosphere, to luxuriate. Bask.
Can you say it in a sentence?
Sure. After months away at college, Malia was happy to bask in the comfort of being at home with her family again. Bask.
Bask. B-A-S-K. Bask.
There should be a little button you can push at the bottom.
My name is Ava Tuppence. I'm from Thunderbolt Middle School, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, Ava. Your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is season. Season. It's a noun. It's a particular period of the year, as the annual period during which a plant produces its fruit, flower, or other economic part. Season.
Season, S-E-A-S-O-N, season.
My name is Tana Hawkins. I'm from Bullhead City Middle School. And yeah,
And what grade are you in, Tanner?
5th.
Okay. Can everybody see Tanner okay? All right. Tanner, your practice round word is target. Target.
T-A-R-G-E-T, target.
Hi, I'm Carter Layton. I'm from Oro Grande Elementary School, and I'm in 5th grade.
Carter, why don't you go ahead and pull the microphone down a little bit so you don't have to stand up so tall. There you go. All right, Carter. Your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is bias. Bias. It's a noun. It means an inclination or temperament or outlook or a prejudice.
Can I have it in a sentence, please?
Sure thing. Stewart's bias against certain groups makes him unfit to serve on the Community Advisory Board. Bias.
Bias. B-Y-A-S-E. Bias.
Bias is B-I-A-S.
My name is Jordan Murphy. I'm from Manzanita Elementary School, and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, Jordan. Your word has a near homonym, so listen carefully. The word is chide. Chide. It's a verb. It means to voice disapproval to, for some shortcoming, now often mildly and charitably as a parent, mentor, or friendly critic in the interests of amendment or improvement. To scold. Chide.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Sure. As soon as he saw the swirls of jelly mixed in with the peanut butter, Anton went upstairs to chide his little sister. Chide.
Chide. C-H-I-D-E. Chide.
Hi, I'm Maria Rosales. I'm from White Cliffs Middle School and I'm in 6th grade.
Maria? Okay. All right, Maria, your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is knack. Knack. Knack is a noun. It means a special, ready capacity that is hard to analyze or teach for dexterous, adroit performance, especially of the unusual, technical, or difficult. Knack.
Can I have a definition, please? Sorry, not a definition, a sentence.
Sure. Kayla's knack for juggling made it easy for her to learn sleight of hand. Knack.
Knack. K-N-A-C-K. Knack.
My name is Katie, and I'm from Havasu Pai Elementary School, and I'm in 6th grade.
Hi, Katie. Your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is rocket. Rocket. It's a verb. It means to travel rapidly. Rocket.
Rocket. R-O-C-K-E-T, rocket.
Mike, if they're already seated, they stay in their seats the whole time. Because that chair is theirs.
We need to get them there, though.
That's okay, we'll just skip it.
Skip it?
Yeah, because if you put somebody else in somebody else's chair, then you've got transmission.
As
So.
long as you know that.
Oh, no, we're good.
You're good.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. Good. Another change from previous years.
Yeah, you're fine. That way they don't have to move chairs, they don't have to be in anybody else's seat but their own.
Good deal. Okay, any last questions for the pronouncer?
All right, everybody take a deep breath. Parents too. Let it out. All right. Round one, here we go. Valen. Oh, I'm sorry. Round one, we'll start with word number 10. Valen, your word is twitchy. Twitchy. It's an adjective. It means fidgety or irritable. Twitchy.
Twitchy. Twitchy. TWITCHY. Twitchy.
Gabe, your round one word is hardtack. Hardtack.
Could you repeat the word?
Hardtack.
Hardtack. HARDTACK. Hardtack.
Imelda, your word has a near homonym, so listen carefully. The word is bother. Bother. It's a verb. It means to force unwelcome attention or company upon, to pester or disturb. Bother.
Bother. BOTHER. Bother.
Ava, would you see if there's a little green light at the bottom of your microphone if it's on? Okay, very good, thank you. All right, Ava, your round one word is vouch. Vouch.
Vouch. VOUCH. Vouch.
Tanner, your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is grumbling. Grumbling. It's a verb. It means expressing dissatisfaction, especially in a low, harsh voice and surly manner. Grumbling.
Could you, oh wait, no. GRUMB ILING.
Grumbling is GRUMBLING. Carter, your word is humane. Humane.
Could I have that in a sentence, please?
Sure thing. Sharon received an award for her humane treatment of stray pets. Humane.
Humane. Humane. HUMANE. Humane.
Jordan, your word is dwindled. Dwindled.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Conversation in the classroom slowly dwindled to nothing as Mrs. Hudson just stood and stared at her students. Dwindled.
Dwindled. Dwindled. Dwindled.
Maria, your word is fragile. Fragile.
Can I have a definition, please?
Fragile is an adjective. It means easily broken or destroyed. Frail. Fragile.
Fragile. Fragile. Fragile.
Katie, your word is meekness. Meekness.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Klaus is known for his patience, loyalty, and meekness. Meekness.
Meekness. Meekness. Meekness.
And that's the end of round one. Now we can hear.
Is that any better? Sounding wavy. Yeah, just like a
Got to be right on it. So I don't know about the judges, but I'm old and hard of hearing, so spellers, make sure you get really close to the microphone. I mean, you don't have to eat the microphone or anything, but if you're at least this close, then we'll have a much better chance of hearing you, okay? Nope.
Any better? How's that? Any better? Any better? How about that? We're getting water down in this thing from the...
Mm-hmm.
How's How's that? Working? No? Any better? No? Hello, hello. Any better? How about now? Okay. What's that? No sounds even, huh? How about that? Better? Nothing?
Are they trade outable? Check. Can I trade one from up here?
He's looking back there. Nothing? For safety. Yeah. Do we want to take it? No? Okay. Okay, got a little one that you can't bend and maybe up and down, all right? So we're gonna, for you big guys, get to bend over or straighten it up, okay?
Mike, it's wireless, right? So if they need to, they could pick it up? Okay. So if you don't feel comfortable bending all the way down to try and talk into the microphone, you can pick it up. Just don't start singing karaoke or anything.
Just right down the base, maybe there, okay?
All right, round 2. Round 2 will begin with word 19. Valen, your word is oblong. Oblong.
And use in a definition?
Oblong is an adjective. It's deviating from a square or circular form through elongation. Oblong.
And use in a sentence?
Marta selected glasses with round frames to complement the oblong shape of her face. Oblong.
Oblong. A-B-L-O-N-G. Oblong.
Oblong is O-B-L-O-N-G. Gabe, your word is stage struck. Stage struck.
Stage struck. S-T-A-G-E-S-T-R-U-C-K. Stage struck.
Imelda, your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is pellet. Pellet. It's a noun. It's a usually small, round, or spherical body, or a little ball. Pellet.
Pellet. P-E-L-L-E-T.
LLET. Pellet.
Ava, your word is leeway. Leeway.
Leeway, Leeway, leeway.
Hold it down if you need to. There you go. Carter, your word is forage. Forage.
Can I have that in a sentence, please?
The locavore movement inspired the chef to forage for ingredients like wild herbs and mushrooms. Forage.
Forage. Forriege. Forage.
Forage is Forage. If you need to, you can pull it down, Jordan. There you go. All right. Your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. Your word is system. System. It's a noun. It's a group of related natural objects or forces. System.
System. SYSTEM. System.
Maria, your word is dare say. Dare say.
Can I have a definition, please?
Dare say is a verb. It means to venture to say or to think probable.
Dare say. DARESAY. Dare say.
Katie, your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is twee. Twee. It's an adjective. It means affectedly or excessively dainty, delicate, cute, or quaint. Twee.
May you repeat the word, please?
Twee.
Twee. TWEE. Twee.
And that's the end of round two. Hello. There we go. How odd. All right, round 3. Gabe, your word is far-fetched. Far-fetched.
Far-fetched. F-A-R-F-E-T-C-H-E-D. Far-fetched.
Imelda, your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is omen. Omen. Omen is a noun. It's an occurrence or phenomenon believed to portend or show the character of a future event. Omen.
Omen. O-M-E-N. Omen.
Judges will omit word 29. Ava, your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is botch. Botch. It's a verb. It means to make a mess of thorough clumsiness or lack of ability. Botch.
Botch. B-O-T-C-H. Botch.
Jordan, your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is bauble. Bauble. It's a noun. It means something that is bright, showy, sometimes expensive, and usually of little use. Bauble.
Bobble. B-O-B-B-L-E. Bobble.
No, that's the homonym. This bauble is B-A-U-B-L-E. Maria, your word is dilly-dally. Dilly-dally.
Can I have the definition, please?
Dilly-dally is a verb. It means to act with unusual or improper slowness, to waste time by loitering or delay. Dilly-dally.
Dilly-dally. D-I-L-L-Y. D-A-L-L-Y. Dilly-dally.
Katie, your word is dialect. Dialect.
Dialect. D-I-A-L-E-C-T. Dialect.
And that's the end of round 3. Now, Mr. File, if you wanted to move the two young ladies to previously unoccupied seats in the first row, we could do that. Maria. That'll save you a few steps anyway. All right, round 4. We'll start with word 34. Gabe, your word is let's try again. Incentive. Incentive.
Incentive. INSENTIVE. Incentive.
Incentive is INCENTIVE. Imelda, your word is abandon. Abandon.
Can you use that in a sentence?
The approaching army forced many people to abandon their homes. Abandon.
Abandon. ABANDON. Abandon.
Ava, your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. Your word is peat. Peat. It's a noun. It's a piece of turf cut for use as fuel. Peat.
Peat. P-E-A-T. Peat.
Maria, your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is pulley. Pulley. It's a noun. It's a wheel of any size with a flat, curved, or grooved rim, often of considerable width, revolvable on its axis and supported by a bearing or bearings that is used to transmit power by means of a band or belt passing over its rim, or a cord, rope, or chain, or several of them running in its groove or grooves. The word's pulley. Pulley.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Sure. The farmer used a rope and a pulley to hoist the water-filled barrel from the well. Pulley.
Pulley. Pulley. Pulley.
Katie, your word is imbibe. Imbibe.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
To stave off dehydration, Ben will imbibe extra water before his hike. Imbibe.
May you repeat the word?
Imbibe. Katie, before you start spelling, would you say the word for me?
Imbibe.
Say it into the microphone.
Imbibe.
There you go. Okay, good.
Imbibe. IMBIBE. Imbibe.
And that's the end of round 4. All right, we're just under an hour in. Does anybody need a break? Ladies? Judges? Okay, I'm good. Round 5, I'll start with word 39. Imelda, your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is envoy. Envoy. Envoy is a noun. It's any person delegated to represent one sovereign or government in its relations with another. Envoy.
Envoy. ENVOY. Envoy.
Ava, your word is infringe. Infringe.
Infringe. INFRINGE. Infringe.
Maria, your word is levity. Levity.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Sure thing. Delia didn't appreciate Scott's unnecessary levity during the business negotiations. Levity.
Levity. LEVITY. Levity.
Katie, your word is shebang. Shebang.
May you repeat the word, please?
Shebang.
Shebang. SHABANG. Shebang.
Shebang is SHEBANG. And that ends round 5. Sure. have one question for you. Do you have another pen?
Those don't work either.
Thank you. I'll be sure to sanitize it for you. All right. Ladies, and then there were 3. And they're all ladies. Congratulations, ladies. Good job. You're all guaranteed a taller trophy. All right. If you spell out, we don't want you to leave because there are photo opportunities later. And so, Mr. File, I'll just have you sit in one of the other unused seats until we're all the way done so we can make sure that we get pictures for everybody before we go. Fair enough? All right. Round 6, we'll start with word 43. Imelda, your word has a near homonym, so listen carefully. The word is hodgepodge. Hodgepodge. It's a noun. It's a heterogeneous mixture, often of incongruous and ill-suited elements, a mixture or a medley. Hodgepodge.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Eddie's Pantry is a hodgepodge of cans, fruits and vegetables, dried pasta, and half-eaten packages of cookies. Hodgepodge.
Hodgepodge. HODGEPODGE. Hodgepodge.
Ava, your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is turret. Turret. It's a noun. It's an ornamental tower at one of the angles of a larger structure. Turret.
Turret, Turret, turret.
Maria, your word is permafrost. Permafrost.
Can you have the definition, please?
Permafrost is a noun. It's a permanently frozen layer of soil, subsoil, or other deposit, sometimes including the bedrock and occurring at variable depth below the Earth's surface in Arctic or subarctic regions. Permafrost.
Permafrost. PERMAFROST. Permafrost.
You can still applaud. That's the end of the round. It's okay. All right, ladies, I'm going to take my cues from you. If somebody needs a break, just let us know and we'll stop in between rounds. Otherwise, we're going to keep on trucking, okay? Round 7, word 46. Imelda, your word is accurate. Accurate.
Accurate. ACCURATE. Accurate.
Ava, your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is hooves. Hooves. It's a plural noun. Hooves are curved coverings of horn that protect the front of, or more or less extensively enclose, the ends of the digits of an ungulate mammal and that correspond to a nail or a claw. Hooves.
Hooves. HOOVES. Hooves.
Maria, your word has a homonym, so listen carefully. The word is gnash. Gnash. It's a verb. It means to grind or strike the teeth together. Gnash.
Can you have it in a sentence, please?
Terry works for a company that makes custom mouth guards for patients who gnash during their sleep.
Nash. GNASH. Nash.
Well, I can skip ahead. Oh, they're good. Yeah. There you are. Okay. Round 8, we'll start with word 49. Imelda, your word is gimmick. Gimmick.
Can you, what is the definition?
Gimmick is a noun. It means a new or ingenious device, scheme, or idea for solving a problem or achieving an end, a new angle or approach, a novel or unconventional twist. Gimmick.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Jonathan came up with a new advertising gimmick that he hoped would increase user traffic at his online game store. Gimmick.
Can you repeat the word?
Gimmick.
Gimmick. GIMMOCK. Gimmick.
Gimmick is GIMMICK. Ava, your word has a near homonym, so listen carefully. The word is scrapple. Scrapple. It's a noun. Scrapple is a mush containing pieces of leftover meat made by boiling cornmeal in the liquid in which bones and meats have been boiled, seasoned with condiments and herbs, poured into a mold to cool, and served sliced and fried. Scrapple.
Scrapple. SCRAPPLE. Scrapple.
Maria, your word is normative. Normative.
Can they have the sentence, please?
I'm sorry, say again?
Can they have a sentence, please?
A sentence, sure thing. The normative section of the handbook had all the rules and regulations, while the rest was more informative. Normative.
Normative. NORMATIVE. Normative.
And that's the end of round 8. Round 9, we'll start with word 52. Ava, your word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is aforesaid. Aforesaid. It's an adjective. It means mentioned previously. Aforesaid.
Aforesaid. AFORCID. Aforesaid.
Aforesaid is AFORESAID. Just go back to your, yeah. Maria, your round 9 word is militant. Militant.
Can they have the definition, please?
Militant is an adjective. It means aggressively active in a cause. Militant.
Militant. MILITANT. Militant.
Okay, stay right there. All right, so since we have one speller who spelled correctly in this round, Maria, I'm going to give you a one-word round, a championship word. If you get this correct, you are the Mojave County Spelling Bee champion. Championship round 10, word 54. The word could be confused with a similar word, so listen carefully. The word is astonish. Astonish.
Astonish. ASTONISH. Astonish.
Congratulations.
Turn it off.
third place speller for the Mojave County Spelling Bee for 2021. Well done.
Are you able to get some good pictures from there? If not, come on up, we'll let you come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on down. Promise not to sneak on.
Or you just have everybody around so you can see you over there. We used to do a group picture, so we're just gonna have to. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Hang around.
Second place speller for 2021, Ava. All right. And the winner of the Mojave County Spelling Bee 2021. Come on down. So the state spelling bee, I just got an email here the other day, is going to be an online event this year. So they are still working through the details, but it's going to be on Saturday,